started. As usual, just a reminder to raise your hand if you have a question. Per normal, we'll start with Willie P.
Afternoon, Christian. How are you?
Afternoon, Will. I'm fine, thank you. I hope you're well.
I am. 3 new injuries to the injury report. What can you tell us about the timetable on Mackenzie, Ben, and Camille?
I just spoke with Ben just now, and there are better news regarding him. So we are looking at. It was a substantial ankle sprain. If he had something on the day that it wasn't great news, but it looks like that is less. When he did the testing with an MRI, I think he is a lot. He seems to be better than we thought, so he shouldn't be too long away. With Camille, we will see, and it shouldn't be that long either. We will see, and it's still work in progress. The same with Mackenzie that I spoke with. I haven't seen him today because he was working in a different part of the building where they have facilities with the Panthers. And so I spoke with the physio, and the physio told me that he's progressing really well, better than expected. So despite we're going to miss them for a while, I'm talking about maybe 2-3 weeks, 4, depending on how he progress, but could be even before, could be before. So at the moment, we are looking at how things develop.
In terms of Bill and Joseph, how much does it help you getting those guys back? At least they didn't have an injury designation going into the week.
It helps. It helps because they are important. First of all, important people in the changing room. They are experienced. They are very good players. So I think to have them back can only benefit us, and these are positive guys as well, that they want to train well, they want to contribute, so they will come back with. I already saw them in training. They come back with a lot of positive energy to give to the team. So we welcome them. We welcome them.
How much have you noticed, or what have you noticed from Vinnie Mello in his time with Legacy? I know he scored over the weekend. Have you seen him progress? Is he an option this week or on the weekend? Is it something that you look at and you still need to see more from him?
I think I'm happy for Vinnie. I'm really happy that he scored a goal, but obviously the MLS Next Pro is not MLS, and the intensity, obviously, and the quality, as you would expect, is not the same. And but he's progressing. We set out certain targets for him to reach, and when he reached that, I mean, as I said before, the door is always open for players, but they need to adhere to our philosophy, to our intensity, and they need to hit certain parameters. And when they do, obviously, he will be welcome back with open arms.
And lastly, for me, 5 wins in 6 matches in all competitions. Is there a moment or moments where you looked at, whether it's in game or training, where you thought this was turning around, this was going toward the positive end? What moment would that be for you guys?
I don't think that there is a moment that this can symbolize. There are few, but for me is how you. Things don't happen by magic, Will. For as much as we like to have this story of the moment, the sparkle, I think things happen. You can name a moment, but it's not because of that moment. It's because of the work you put on a daily basis. There is no shortcuts. There is no. I think anyway, generally in life, if you put your effort, generally speaking, you get rewarded. Maybe not every time as much as you would like, not with the timing that you would expect, but there is no shortcuts. We have a group of boys here that they work hard on a daily basis, that they do that they work for each other, that they are living well together. And I think that the secret, if we can call it like that, is not one moment of magic that all of a sudden, things happen. You have to make things happen by working hard on a daily basis, by doing things well on the pitch, off the pitch, when we do video, when they are recovering at home, when they they follow the nutrition program. they are professionals, and so doing the right things individually and collectively, I think, give you the best chance to play well and to get results. So for me, there is no secret. There is not a moment. There are moments.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Will.
Steve.
Hi, Christian. So how was your trip to Atlanta?
Was good. Was good. Was good. And I am happy because I saw a lot of our supporters going there, and we wanted to give them a special moment because I know they were very upset, understandably, by losing at home against the same team. And we thought that the difference between us and them is not 3-0. So, but we need to accept the result. But accepting doesn't mean that we are gonna, accepting on the day doesn't mean you're gonna accept it going forward. So we put the things right. We learned what we need to learn, and we moved on. And I think that the travel to Atlanta in that respect was good. We were looking forward to play against them, despite we knew the quality that they have, especially at home. They are one of the most difficult teams to play against. But the boys made everybody proud by the way that they approached the game mentally, and then also on the football. They fought in every moment. As I told you after the game, I wasn't that pleased how we ended the game, but this is room for improvement. We are not the finished article yet. We are working to become better and better. And as I said in the past, we need to be patient, and we need to be. But patient doesn't mean being passive, being really focused and proactive, but at the same time building on a daily basis. This is for me the most important thing, the mentality that we develop in this club.
You also told me that you were immediately thinking about Chicago right after the game ended. That's a team that has seen a bit of a resurrection. They're on also in a good form, as Charlotte is. What do you see as the biggest threats from the Chicago Fire?
Many, again, they have good players up front. Kamara, I don't know how to pronounce well the Polish striker. How do you, Percibiko? Percibelko. Yeah. Thank you. And then Shaqiri. But also they are a great team. I coach Arnaud Souquet in Nice, and I know that he's a good fullback. And there are a number of players that Gutierrez, the young guy, that they can be dangerous if we don't play with our intensity, with our spirit that we showed in the last few games, and we won that. So we know that they have a new coach, so certain things changed, and we need to be ready for the challenge and to be ready to play a really strong game like we want to play all the time.
And Jalen Lindsay picked up 2 assists, second assist as it were, but key passes that created those 2 goals there. What is it about Jalen's game that has made him, where he didn't even start the first of the season, he's coming off as a sub a few times, but his offensive vision, is that making him indispensable on this team, or is there such a thing in this roster?
I think in life, in general, Steve, everybody is useful. Nobody is indispensable, I think. But I think he took well his opportunity. Jay I love the way he trains. He knows that he's always positive, whether he plays or not. And this is, for me, in a squad, in the roster, is invaluable. It's a big quality that I personally give a lot of importance to that, because life always will give you an opportunity, and Jay is one of those guys that is always ready to take it. And you are happy to give it to him because you have the feeling that really deserves. He's engaged mentally. He's always ready to encourage his teammates, ready to bring the tempo of the session high, whether he starts or not. And this is a great value. You get the respect of not only the coaching staff, but also your fellow players. And also then after with the ball, Jay is a player that has quality in delivering, in making passes, in delivering, like you said, the second assist. He has done it from preseason. I knew him from last year. He's a very good player with the ball. What I want from him, and he knows that he become more aggressive in the when we don't have the ball, because I think this is a part of the game that he needs to improve. I can see him improving that, but I want more from him from that point of view. I think he's aggressive on the first contact. As the ball move and on the second contact, second phase, he becomes a little bit less aggressive. Instead, this is the part of the game that he needs to improve, but he's working on that. And as I told you, he's a guy that has a lot of focus in his mind. Football is at the center of his life, and you can see that. So I'm very happy to have him here.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Go to Carol.
Good afternoon, Christian.
Good afternoon, Carol.
When you say Mackenzie maybe would be 2 to 4 weeks, that seems to me you're also saying there's nothing structural wrong with his knee. I mean, whenever someone grabs their knee, you think, oh no, a ligament, is that what you're saying?
No, but initially, Carol, we didn't think that there was anything wrong with him because he finished the game.
Right.
But came after that. I thought that we would have been dealing with just Ben and Camille. So Mackenzie was not even in my mind because he finished the game and nothing. But then after he felt tightness, and despite he looked bad on the moment because I was there and he looked bad, but then when he came back and finished the game, because I was ready to sub him, but then they told me that he was fine, so I decided to keep him on the pitch. And so I didn't expect that, but it's not so bad. Is today he saw the doc, and I think that he's progressing well, and I believe that it's not as bad as we initially thought.
Okay. You're a little thin right now at wing, and Vargas, I guess, is questionable. Do you think he's available? And
He's not available.
He is. I'm sorry.
No, it's questionable. I don't think he will be available.
Okay. So, I mean, Swiderski's been playing so well in the middle. Do you even think about putting him back on the wing, or,
We are thinking many things, Carol.
Okay. You always are.
Yeah. But then you ask too many tactical questions, and after I cannot reply to all of them because we also have a game plan. And but yeah, no, it's good question. I am thinking how to, to valorize, to give value to what we have. I understand that in terms of unfortunately we have problems in different parts of one specific position, but we have personnel that we can go around it.
Okay. And then I was trying to read your mind, and I went back and watched Ahmadi Diop, and I saw a couple of physical mistakes, but I'm guessing you pull him out because of a mental mistake that you saw, or maybe a lack of effort or something.
No, it's not a lack of effort. For me, it's not so much a lack of effort. It's more about building a strong mentality in players. And people make such a big deal out of that, but it's how you then, you receive the message and how you then respond to that. This is something, a conversation that I had with him previously in preseason, because his quality are evident. I played him. I put him on the pitch because I believe in his quality. I played him against Orlando, and I think that what I want to see is a certain focus. And if I don't see that, then for me this is the most important thing in the play. Then the qualities always come after, but the focus, the mental focus in the game, in the training, in how you do things, for me is paramount. So I don't believe in, in sheer talent like that. The talent is very, very important, of course, but I believe that you have to give yourself the best chance. Generally speaking, I'm not talking about Ahmadi now necessarily, but generally speaking, what I want the young players, and not just the young players, but also the senior, I want them to understand really clearly my view, that they have to give themselves the best chance to show the talent that they have. Everybody in the squad is talented, otherwise they wouldn't have been signed. They wouldn't have been, given money to play professional football. They are, therefore they have some qualities, but those qualities are always second to the attitude, to the focus, and to the commitment that they bring to the table. If they don't bring that, for me, it doesn't matter whether they are DPs, young players, and the focus has to be there, and the commitment, and they can make mistakes. The mistakes is not a problem, but and that would be the first one to support them, to be behind them, and to clap them. As long as I can see that the focus is there, and the right attitude and the mental energy is there.
Can you tell if you've gotten his attention already, or do you think that remains to be seen?
No, I think that Ahmadi is he responded. He's trained well, even though if he didn't feel 100% today. But physically, I mean, but we had. I spoke with him. I keep talking to him. For me, it's done. It's finished, and this part of coaching is part of improving. People want to make big deal out of things, but they want to make big deal about many things. I let them talk, and we know what we want to achieve here. We are very clear about what we want to achieve, and people can only second guess because they don't see all the things that me and the coaching staff see. So to second guess from a laptop or from distance is it's easy and whatever. And so I don't really follow that too much, and I cannot be influenced by that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Carol.
Sam Spencer.
Hey, Coach. Great win on Saturday night.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this week, the Pride kits came out from MLS. Just wanted to know if you had any words for the LGBT community as we approach Pride Month in June, even though, just in case you didn't know, in Charlotte, it's actually in August.
No, I know that it is a very is an important subject, and of course the support is for everyone, and is very. I believe that it is an important cause, obviously, to make sure that everybody is represented, everybody is respected. It should be. We shouldn't even talk about it in the sense that it goes without saying that there is no space of discrimination of any kind. So I don't have particular words to spend about it. For me, it should be the norm to be respectful towards everybody. It's just how it should be.
Thank you. And the other big release is that player salaries came out through the player salaries came out through the Players Association.
Uh-huh.
And so I wanted to know if you have any regrets or if any frustration at the fact that over $1 million of your payroll is sort of frozen due to the two players involved in the unfortunate situation.
But Sean, this is a question you need to ask to the front office, really, more than me, because when the players you're referring to, they were signed, either I was an assistant or interim, and as I said, I gave my view, and it remains between me and my front office. So I don't have. But in football in general, in the roster, whether here or elsewhere, maybe here because of the rules, they are stricter than they are, for example, in Europe or in other parts of the world. it can hurt you a little bit more. But generally speaking, some you win, some you lose, because you can then, look at other players that are contributing unbelievably to the roster, and that they are, and the deal with them has been great for the club. But me personally, I don't take this vision. I always value I would like all my players to move on to biggest possible salaries, because it means that they're moving on as players, they're moving on as people, they are becoming better professional, better players. So, I understand that there is a reasoning to do regarding who is contributing for how much, and there is like a number, but this is not for me to do to a certain degree, even though I might pay the price. But I like to look at things in a different way, to look at the contribution and how they grow as people first, and then players.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right, let's wrap this up with the last two people, okay? We're going to go to Jorge, and then we'll finish with Antonio.
Hey, Christian, how are you today?
Hey, Jorge, thank you. Fine. You?
Good. I wanted to ask more about Vinnie Mello. It seemed like he was a player that you guys rated highly at the beginning, and now, you're mentioning that there's certain parameters that he has to meet. Giving so many injuries in the front line, are these parameters on the field or off the field? Like, how do we make sense of you not utilizing him during this time of so many injuries in your front three?
But first of all, I still hold him in high regards in terms of, I can see his ability, I can see his quality as a football qualities. But as I said, that there are certain things that I want the players to do with the ball, without the ball, to work hard and to hit certain parameters on the physical side. Because the game is played for 90 minutes at high intensity with the ball and without the ball. As you could see in Atlanta, where our boys were really running hard, especially the strikers for vast majority of the game, right? So I think this is just normal. And again, it's a big deal. And again, there's always this question to try to pick this situation. But for me, the center of attention should always be the team, the players that they are doing, that they're working hard for the team, and they are the one that they are respecting, all the things that we want to achieve. And the door for Vinnie is always open, and we give everything to him. We explain clearly what is required, and is also the duty of each player that join Charlotte FC to integrate to this reality. We can obviously help this integration, and we do everything possible to do it. But at the same time, there must be a willing to integrate to the rules that we put in place for the good of Charlotte FC. In the end, the most important thing, Jorge, is Charlotte FC. It's not me, it's not one player. When the players put themselves at disposal for Charlotte FC, we are all happy, and they get supported, and they get all the attention. There are no favoritism. The rules are clear. If you follow the rules, and if you follow what is required from you on the pitch, in terms of effort, in terms of hitting certain physical parameters, technical parameters, tactical parameters, you are more than welcome. We will give you everything. If not, you have to wait until you do that, and then you come back into the mix. I think that this is a serious way of working to create a strong mentality for Charlotte FC.
Okay, thank you. That's my only question.
Thank you.
All right, Antonio, finish it with you.
Hey, Christian, good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Thank you, Antonio.
We saw during the first half in Atlanta, the Bronico was dropping back sometimes to play like an extra center back and form like a 5 defensive line. What was your thought process with that mechanism, inserting Brand sometimes between Malanda and Jan? Did you plan that so Lindsay and Byrne could play wider?
It happened by chance. It happened by chance. The players, they do whatever they want on the pitch, Antonio. So,
okay.
Brandt, of
so
course,
it's an instinct of Brand.
No, because this question, I get Of course, we have a structure that it happened. It doesn't happen. These kind of things. I'm glad you saw certain things, but how do you think they happen by chance? You know, it's. I thought the Brandt tactically played really well the position, and he was tactically one of the best games that he played. He was very smart how to play that role. We wanted to cover the pitch in a certain way. We wanted to be aggressive in a certain way, and also to be able to play counterattack in a certain way. I repeat for the third time, but is something that you know. I said many times, Antonio, life in football is part of life. Life is what we learn from life is an evolution. It evolves. Football evolves, and our team evolves. So we saw certain things that we wanted to improve, and we played against Atlanta. We know the qualities that they have, especially with the wide players playing really wide and high with Gutman and Lennon, that they have really good players and full of energy, with players like Almada Araujo, that they can really hurt you. Even Sejic, that he started very good on the ball. And we didn't want to look too vulnerable on the sides. So I thought you spotted well, and I think Brandt was played the position really well.
Yes, that was my point. And the influence of Ben Bender in both Justin's goal without even touching the ball, you know, making runs to the box to drag defenders out of position, you know, Meram occupying those spaces. How important is for a young player like Ben to learn how to help the team without even touching the ball?
No, very important. We spoke with Ben about that. Ben, two things. Ben is, he knows, because we work on this kind of movements in the box. And but also I must say that this is something that comes natural to Ben. Ben naturally is a player that is that naturally is drawn to attack the goal. Even the goal he scored against Toronto, he's a guy that is always in the hunt, and he goes naturally into those positions that they are vital for us and very difficult to defend, because also he arrives with the right timing. He has a physicality. He can shoot with both feet, and he can head the ball. So he's a big body as well. So he's a guy that is a nuisance. He's a great runner. So I think his runs in the both goal of Justin, I totally agree with you. Half of the goal should go to Ben, because you occupy the defenders that then find difficult to pick up Justin. Then Justin, obviously, very experienced, very astute, very tactically aware of where to position himself to be in the best position to capitalize from those kind of work. But also Carol ran for the first goal really well, and also Camille picked up the great ball, the great cutback for the second goal of Justin. So collective work, this is what we like to see.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Christian. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time.